does it, 2 people, so.
I think I'll do 2.
Are you sure?
It's supposed to be, this is it?
Yeah, this is it. Last week we had about 8 walk in.
I think it's not like on Wednesday and on Monday. I wonder if people are, because next semester.
Well, because I was trying to balance with Beth, and I didn't want us having to wait until like December. I wanted to be able to do this as soon as possible.
Yeah. They are, but I it's Carol's myself Friday. There's a start.
Okay, if you guys join me out in the GAFE training classroom, the second assignment down is just a sign-in sheet. You have to click on the link. So don't click on this, you have to click on the link down here.
Yeah, what we're doing today.
Okay, the code is up there.
Oh,
So click on the plus sign.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see it, 59JQ9W. It's a trap in here. You can likely wind up there. No phones in school. All right, so I was here with Christine until about 4:15 after the last little session we had, and discovered some things, and Jackie and I have been working our way through things. If your classroom is starting to look like mine, it might look something like this, with a whole slew of things to do, billions of things. We don't have to have billions and billions and billions. See, it's still going. Billions of things to do. I purposely left this like this to show you all the things that I've got out here.
Yeah,
So if I go back to the GAFE training. Remember, Classroom was set up not to be an LMS.
right.
Okay, they're not, I don't know if they're ever going to get to a full-blown LMS, but they're working on some new add-ins as they go by. Classroom runs kind of like Facebook. Your newest things go on top, the oldest things are all the way at the bottom. So Mrs. McCandless is going to be my student, and I'm going to be the teacher to kind of demonstrate what this looks like and how it's going to work. Remember when you give a student an assignment or you give class assignments? I just need to get one thing in here. So we'll just pretend this is an assignment. So the students can view a file. That means they can look at it. Like if you've got, I don't know, if you've scanned a magazine article, they can look at it. They can't do anything with it. But they can go up to File, save a copy, and then put it into their folder if it's something that you want to do. If you want them to, if it's a document that you put together and you want them to do something on their own. There is the make a copy for each student, and when that opens up at the top of the, we're going to go back and forth. Can you lower yours a little bit? So you see up at the top where it says Chapter 1 worksheet, it automatically puts the student's name. So you don't have to worry about kids forgetting to put their names on their papers anymore. Okay, so that's with the make a copy for each student. Makes it helpful. If you're into collaborating, you want your kids to all work on the same document, there is a Students Can Edit file. As a teacher, I can't go in and grade, can edit a file because I'm a collaborator. I mean, I can put a comment in there, but it works on a whole different level. I typically make a copy for each student. that will keep in their Google Classroom folder. If you want them to be organized and have their own stuff in their own folders, in their own Google Drive, use the students can view and then force them to make that copy. All right, so that's some of the ways to do
How
this.
about I show them what you just said, just for 1 second?
Yep.
I'm going to go to the drive. What we just said is, the way when she makes it what? Makes it a copy.
Can I have my blue
All
cloth?
right. It is going to be in the
Can you move it
classroom.
down on your screen?
No, I'll have to do my where is it? GAFE training. I just want to show them, that's right there where it shows.
So she's in, I'm trying to move my mouse on your screen. It's not working. So this is her drive, and there's everybody has a classroom folder. Teachers have all the classroom folders, and the students have folders for all the classes that they are in. And then inside on her GAFE training folder is that worksheet that she is completing.
And then go with the next
Does that
sentence.
make sense?
Go with the next sentence, what you said about moving. If you want, if the student wants.
Go ahead, you just say what you're saying.
Well, she said if the student wants to keep it out of the classroom and in their own organization, they have to highlight it and they'll have to move it. Okay.
And put it into their drive, their own drive folders.
So they see what I see here, but they have that for all their classes.
Yeah. I mean, another way to look at it, if I could have the screen back.
Yeah.
If I go back to Drive, this is my Drive. I'm going to click on this down arrow. It makes it a little less confusing for me. Everybody has a classroom folder in your Drive, students and teachers. When I click on this down arrow, here are all my classes. The students have the same thing, but they only see their 5 or 6 classes that they have. You know that every assignment that you make in classroom, it keeps it in here.
Yeah.
So each assignment that I make has its own folder. So when I go into an assignment, there's a submission, so that I can see all my students' submissions within the assignment, within the class.
Can I grade them from there?
You can.
And I can put comments in them from there, and I don't have to go
Mm-hmm.
click on each thing.
Mhm. Yep, you can. All right, so I made out in classroom. Let me go back here. I'm going to cancel this. So I made this document for Jackie, my student, to fill out. So I made it, said each student gets a copy. So Jackie then, as the student, comes in and fills it out. This is a really tough quiz. Okay, so it's just a worksheet, so I just put a 1-cell table for them to put their answers in. So put in your name, there's your name. How many U.S. states have an X in their name? My student isn't quite sure. She's going to guess with 2, and then she's going to put the 2 in. Now, from the student standpoint, when I choose that each student gets their own copy, there's that turn-in button right there. So that when the student is ready to turn in the assignment, they click on that. And it kind of does one of these, okay, are you sure you want to turn it in? Yeah, I want to turn it in. They can put a note in there,
Sorry.
right there.
Sorry.
There's an option where they wanted to give you some sort of, sorry, this is late. My dog learned last night. I'm sorry, Tasha. And they can give you a little note there, and you can communicate with just that student in that manner with the comments. So Jackie has now submitted this. She has proof that she submitted it because it says done over, yeah, it says done over there, and it gives her her date and time. If we come back to me, I now show that she's done. I can click on this and go in, unless I have to refresh.
Yeah.
Bless you. So let me go in. And there she is. Again, I can change the point values to whatever I want it to be. Click off of it, yeah, it updates it, and now it's going to grade it on a scale of 6. I click on Jackie's name. Here's her worksheet. There's her note. The dog was sick. I can open up her worksheet by clicking on that link. And here's her work when it finishes loading. I do peer editing through the comments, but I also do my grades. And you just have to make sure that you're clicked in here so I can comment. I can comment. I'll give her a 6 out of 6. Nice job. I click on the comment again. It's now graded. If I want, I can go to Classroom and I can assign her that grade. If it's not returned and you close this window, these grades get wiped. Now the grades will still be in that Word document. It'll still be in her document up here. But I have to click on Return.
That's the only thing return does is send the grade.
It just sends it back to them.
So,
now is-
but the comments would have stayed.
Yes. Now, the interesting part, and I was having a hard time with my kids today, getting them to understand, on their end, if you go to Classroom and go back. All right. So they go in to look at their assignment. And up in the, wait, no, go back.
Sorry. I thought you
It's all
wanted
right,
to
just
go
go back to
into it.
Classroom. Just go back to Classroom, whichever classroom you got to open. When they see this,
606.
it's all right here, that's their grade. They can see when I graded it. And then I've been telling them, look at the comments that I leave you, so that they would then open it. Go ahead and so she would see exactly what I see, and when it finishes opening, there's the grade over there. Steve, could you just turn that monitor sideways? It's
I
being a
have to do
pain.
that, yeah. I haven't set myself. We okay now?
Yep.
All right.
All right, now let's say, so that's the end of it. The kids can, if they need to rework something, they can always resubmit. So Jackie could open her document, figure it out, and then click on that resubmit button. And what that would then do on my
You want
end,
me to?
sure.
All right.
If a student decides to, Christine was saying that she had a student who submitted something, she graded it, gave it back, the kid changed it and resubmitted it back again, and said, no, I didn't do anything, it was the way it was. You can always go into that file, see revision history, and you can see, well, there's where I put the grade in, that's where Junior made some changes. On my end, I can see it's resubmitted instead of done or late. It says resubmitted. And then I could open it up and look at the history of it.
Is that why you put the grade in the comments too? In addition to having it out there?
I just want them to go in, when I grade things, if they have issues or I want to highlight something, that's when I'll put the comments in. If nothing else, I just want them to open it
But
and look
without
at
the
it.
grade in the
Here.
file, would.
This would still show up.
Okay.
Yeah, that would still show up.
I just wondered if putting the grades in the comments was a further protection against that.
No.
Not really?
Okay, so my classroom, so I've graded everything, I've returned everything. My assignment is still out there. If I go to my drive to see how everything looks, this just happens to be week number 15. I've returned it, before I returned it to her, it would be listed here. I've returned it to her. I'm in the wrong one. I returned it to her, but it's still showing up here. And obviously it gives the time that it was last done. One thing that you can do before you start deleting assignments, if you want to just have this running log of what were the grades that I gave, I shouldn't have gone out of it. There's a way to download all these grades that you put in for the class and keep them in one spot just in case gradebook flips out. If you download, it'll take all your grades and put the kid's name and the grade assignment and what the kid got and store it for you. I believe it was Business English. Let me just make sure. So this, I just clicked on download. It downloads it as a CSV, and then I uploaded it, the new, and then file upload, and it uploads it here. So if I open that, it gives me the kid's name, their email, the grade that they got, and this one wasn't even done. These were returned. That one was not done. So it gives me the status of each of the assignments. So now I'm going to go into Classroom. So I've graded everything, returned it. I've got my grades downloaded in one document, saved it in my file. I don't need this anymore. These 3 dots over here again are edit, delete. If I delete this assignment, delete it, it goes away. But if I go back to my Classroom folder, week 15, Jackie's stuff is still there. And on Jackie's end, I'm going to open it while Jackie shows you her end.
Go to my drive.
Mm-hmm. So she just goes into her drive. She resubmitted it. That's why she's not allowed to edit it. That's why she got that message.
Sorry. Classroom.
Mm-hmm. So it's up there, which you can't really see because you've got it up so
Sorry.
high.
Well, I got to
Yep.
change the. Can we open it?
Yeah, go ahead and open. So she still has it even though I deleted the assignment. And she still has, once it finishes loading, the comments that I made, her work, it's all still there. It should all still be there. Oh, you don't have the, because I have it. She still has it, but because she submitted it to me, that's why she's not seeing her comments.
Mrs. Smith, this is
Yep.
fairly cheap proof, this stuff. I mean, nobody can go back and do it a second time.
You can't see Jackie's stuff. If they
Right.
resubmit it, it says resubmitted.
Okay.
And then you can always go in. So I want to see Jackie's work. I said no, it says resubmitted next to you. I've got proof right here. Now they can delete this. What they can't delete is if I go into File, see Revision History, tells me all the stuff that we've done. So if I return this back to Jackie, I'm losing track of where I am. Oh, I deleted it, that's why. But you can go back in and see it.
What does that resolve mean?
Resolve means that, like if there's 3 or 4 things, like I've said, you forgot to capitalize,
Yeah.
you need to underline. When you resolve it, it's kind of like saying, okay, check, done that. So when I
Because
resolve
I
this,
made comments and kids
it goes
like,
away.
fixed it,
hmm Resolve makes it go away.
but it's still in the revision history.
I can see that this has been marked. If I come up to comments,
Yeah.
I can see that this is here.
Marked
And
as
I can
resolved.
reopen it if I
Okay.
want to. So I have started cleaning up a number of my classrooms. So instead of having that 4,000 assignment long classroom list, I'm down to like 3 or 4. I'm going to go back to my Drive folder. For those of you that have co-teachers, there is no true co-teacher ability within Classroom. I'm going to go to Business English. Period 3, Stacy. I can right-click share. I mean, there's numerous ways to share, but if I share this folder with Stacy, that's not you. help if I put my glasses on. Now, I'm going to let her view. It's your choice if you want to let them edit or not. I can email or not. At this point, Stacy should be able to see inside my entire business English folder. So she should be able to go into the I am list folder and see who has and who has not submitted. Check one. She could open up on Salia's and be able to see what quality work there is
That's what I needed.
and get on the kids. You haven't finished it, you only put in 2 out of 10 things, get on it. So it's not a true co-teacher, but it's as close as we can get right now. Yep. So it's just a matter of going into the classroom, choosing the class, and then sharing either the entire folder or just certain folders with the person or persons that you want to share it with. So I just right-clicked on that and share.
Yeah, I did it. Cool.
Okay?
Yay.
Any questions?
That's
So
what I
if you're a
needed.
co-teacher, make sure all your teachers are doing this or show them how to do this if they were here.
Just like share it 4 more times, just so I can try to get the hang of it.
I recorded it,
No.
so you can watch it as many times as you want. Pause me, rewind me, fast forward me.
We can even delete you if we have to, but we wouldn't do that.
I would cry. I would cry massively.
That's what I needed.
No questions? Class dismissed.
That's very cool.
Christine, she would
Okay.
Well, she and I have done the deleted ones.
What is the problem with leaving everything out there on?
It just gets very cumbersome. Again, if I go,
It's at the top, so what?
right, but if you start getting too many things, like I haven't graded it yet, so I don't want to get rid of it because I haven't turned it in to the kids, or if you have assignments that might take them 3 weeks, in the meantime, you've got all this other stuff coming in, possibly, and it'll just get real bulky. The kids will lose track of where am I.
But they were complaining, some of them were about the not done, and I mean, like, it was like late, you know, it was
the
making.
not done. If you guys want it, guys, if you have students, Stacy,
She just thought it sounded funny.
if you guys have students that are complaining about the not dones, when you set up this, instead of this being due like on Friday, you can always go in here and make it due next month at the end of the year, whenever you want, and it won't come up as, okay, it's due tomorrow, if there are certain things that are going to be a little longer term. It doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, or whatever. Some teachers are sharing entire folders with the class that they're going to need all year long, and to get rid of that done over or late, that's how it can be done. There are teachers that are differentiating within classroom, but I won't get into that today, but there are ways that you can differentiate if you have different level assignments or different things to do. But if you don't like the late or the done, as long as it's not something that has a specific due date, you can always push it out. All right, now I'm done. Hang on a second. Let me get my eyeglasses here so that I can actually see what you're doing.
Yeah, see, I'm not even, I don't know. Okay, so you need to
So
go
I can
into
turn the half, I get to Millersburg Road on this half.
Yeah.
My section there.
Right now.
So it added
So-
like.
Go home.
I added. Oh, thank you.
And that's all of them. If you want to join the class, and then charts,
In the morning, it's been okay.
and then let me go into, because you need that code.
Okay.
I got a code, I just forget it off the top of my head. Well, no, I can disable it, re-enable it, it'll be a different one. But it's 59 JQ 97.
I'm not, but most of the stuff I'm doing is in turn. So it's, we're starting.
can either go on tour or just come.
Sure. If I wanna go on tour,
It's 5/9, JQ, 9
okay, if I want to, say, oh, you want to do the tour again.
Are you?
Okay, how are you?
Probably one of these later. Says go.
You can always start a new
Where's Christian at?
That's why
Oh, that's a nice place.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Assimilating